Hi, everyone, and welcome to Nursing 653. This is Leadership in Population Health, and what we're going to do in this course is really refine your leadership skills in building population health practice. So with that, there are many tools and techniques that we're going to explore through this course. We're making this very real and relevant for tools that you can use to elevate population health practice. And these are also tools that translate very well in everyday healthcare. So not only are you building very unique skills to promote population health, but you're also building your educational and leadership skills for your practice in general. So this is a win-win. So I'm very excited to share this course with you, and I'm going to bring some experiences based on some of the work that I've done in the past and some of the practices that have worked very well. So you don't have to learn from the School of Hard Knocks that I did a little bit, and hopefully will give you some just very viable tools for you to move forward in your practice. So let's go ahead and get started with the course itself. Okay, as we get started, here is all my contact information. And please know that lines of communication need to stay open. And if you have any questions, concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. I want this to be a very engaging course, and if there's anything that you have questions about, please let me know. And likely, if you have questions, you have a fellow classmate that has the same question. So that really helps me to clear out the muddiness, if there is, with the course itself. So I do have the availability for office hours, and I will make those office hours based on what your particular needs are, and we can meet either by phone, by Zoom, or if you want to meet face-to-face, we can also make arrangements to do so. So just know that my contact information is in the faculty section. So the next section we're going to go into is the Start Here. And we're going to integrate the video that I'm doing right now in the orientation. And there's some kickoff questions, and these questions are designed to really hone in on some of the components of the course that will help you to be successful and looking at specific requirements of the course. So please do the questions, and you can do the questions as many times as you would like until you get the correct answers and have what you need. So the next section is actually the course calendar. So we're just going to pop that up very quickly. I'm going to pause the recording for a moment while I get it up. Okay, as we go through the calendar itself, the course is broken down into 4 separate modules, and we're going to have areas of focus for each one of those modules. And in actuality, the 4th module, we're going to put absolutely everything together. So with each of the individual modules, you'll see that what the focus area is for that particular module is listed in this column, and then the assignments and due dates are listed in the 3rd column. So just know that all the information that you need as far as dates are included on the course calendar. So please, I suggest printing this out or transfer the information onto your calendar, whatever method you use, but make sure that you keep this particular document close to you or actually refer to it frequently. Okay, as we move on in the Start Here section, you'll notice that we don't have really textbooks for this course. And actually, I've pulled information from a multitude of textbooks and worked with the library to actually embed certain chapters within the course itself so that I'm not forcing you to buy a textbook, and we're bringing the best of all worlds by pulling from several different very valuable resources, but really customizing the course to leadership practice and population health. So the foundational documents, of course, are the APA manual, and you will be using that as you're referencing your resources. And we're also going to look at those foundational documents from from the American Nurses Association, both the Code of Ethics and also the Nursing Administration Scope and Standards of Practice. And those two documents are foundational for our practice, basically. So that's why we're really diving into those particular resources. And we're also going to be using the AO&E competencies, which are embedded within the course as very foundational to this particular course. And we have the syllabus listed here, so let me go ahead and get that open for you as well. And with the syllabus, you'll notice that we have our aggregate outcomes, we have our course description, and we have our student learning outcomes. Now, all the aggregate outcomes and the student learning outcomes are actually divided up and included in the different modules, the face page of the module. So you will see specifically what aggregate outcomes and what learning objectives we're going to be focusing on for each one of the different modules. So just know that everything ticks and ties and correlates with the syllabus. And the area that most students are usually most interested in is how are we going to be evaluated. So this is an overview of how the assignments are broken down, and you're going to be doing a final presentation where you're going to bring absolutely everything together, and that's worth 40% of your grades. And then we have the Organizing for Change assignments, and those are pieces. There are several assignments that you'll have to make up that 40%, and they will be throughout the course itself, and these will be pieces that you are building upon to put together your final presentation. So each and every piece has a very valuable component, or is valuable in building your final project. So we're working along the way to get to that final outcome. The other thing is that we're going to have some learning by experience in this course, and we're looking at 10 hours, and some of those hours will be earned directly from some of your assignments, and others will be of your choice, and we'll go through that in just a little bit. But just remember that you have to complete all 10 hours of your experience-based learning in order to pass this course. And like I said, it's built into some of the assignments. You'll earn some hours, and then you'll devise some of your own learning needs so that you can really focus and customize your learning experience in this course to what you want to build in your leadership practice for population health. So as we're back in the Start Here section again, this is a very loaded section to get you off to a really good start in the course. There is information on those experiential learning opportunities, and there is a menu posted here as far as the choices that you have for your learning experiences. So you will gain a total of 4 hours specific to some of the assignments that you'll be doing in the course. So with that being said, there are 6 other hours that you have the opportunity to customize to whatever really helps you to build your practice. So let's open up the menu here so you can take just a quick look at it. I'll go into much more detail about this as we progress, but option number 1 is actually designing your own experience, and that may be worth up to 3 hours depending on what that experience may be. But talk with me about what your ideas are, and we can devise something that works for you and that is really valuable to you. So this is kind of a wild card one to help you to decide what you want to do. And then there's also an interview with a leader, and there's some components what you need to do to illustrate that you've completed and actually have completed 3 hours worth of work for doing this, but this particular part is worth 3 hours. And then we also have an opportunity for you to do some dive into some what your colleagues focus on as far as population health, or what matters to them in their practice. So again, this gives you very good insight as you're building your population health practice and promoting population health in your area or your organization. So this particular one is very interesting as far as learning more about what folks think about and what matters to them in their work. So this is worth 3 hours as well, with the guidelines, what you need to do to achieve those 3 hours. And then we also have some modules from the Institute for Healthcare Improvement, and they're focused on safety and quality primarily. And there's one that actually goes into population health as well. There's an introduction to health leadership. So there's a number of different choices for you, and all these are free, and you will need to register on the Open School. But like I said, they are free. You can take the courses, and when you get the certificate, that would be your proof of completing those particular hours, and they vary as far as their worth. And then the final one is if you actually present your final presentation to your stakeholders, to your organizational folks who you're trying to promote building that population health practice, your audience, you can actually earn 3 hours from doing that. And it will take that amount of time to organize those folks and get them in one place to actually watch your presentation. So this is a win-win if you're looking at building population health practice within your area, and it may be for a department, it may be for some leaders, it may be for your colleagues. There's a number of different ways. It depends on who you choose as your stakeholders when you do your final presentation, but we'll talk about that more as we progress. Then as we finish out the Start Here section, all your rubrics your assignment worksheets are listed here, and they're also listed in the assignment link within each one of the modules that they're due. So know that this is the repository for all of those rubrics. We're not going to go into those. What I'm going to do is actually embed screencasts within the assignment link for each one of the assignments to give a very detailed overview of the goals of that particular assignment. And as always, I try very hard to give you very timely feedback, and just know, if you all haven't had me before, I do tend to give quite a bit of feedback, and my whole goal is helping you to elevate your practice, or to help you to refine your practice, and just have that great interaction with students. So I really want you to know that's my intent when I'm providing feedback. So let's just take a quick dive into the modules, and then we'll finish up with our orientation video. Okay, with each one of the modules, you'll see an opening page, and each module is separate. And again, your aggregate outcomes and your student learning outcomes are listed on the outside. And there's module 2, module 3, and then our final module number 4. So when you want to access the modules, all you have to do is click on the link, and then that will open the module. And typically I have a video or something to kind of trigger some thought about this particular module and what we're doing for this module. I will have a virtual overview of the module, and make sure that you scroll totally down on each one of the modules, because there's quite a bit of information in each one since we only have 4. And make sure that you touch on every one. I do have some resources that will be very helpful to you as you're completing your assignments, your discussion boards. I have some readings embedded on leadership skills in Module 1, for example, and those will be part of your discussion board. I also have the AO&E competencies here. Just kind of general information that will help you, and I want you to take a look at, familiarize yourself with the resources, because again, they will be very helpful to you as you're doing your assignments. And for instance, your assignment link for the very first module is your organizing sentence. So all the information that you need to complete that organizing sentence is included right there in the assignment link. Within each and every one of the modules, you will also find that there's a content folder, and within the content folder, again, there's resources that will help you as you're doing your assignments. And I strongly encourage you, if you're looking for references or something to cite for your discussion boards or for your assignments, the content folder is very valuable to you and will honestly save you some time. What I try to do is provide you with some of the very valuable resources for you to access and to kind of guide you so that you know what is out there and to familiarize you with the resources that will be very helpful to you as you move on with your population health practice. So just kind of familiarize yourself with what's available. And just tying up with the end with the discussion boards, I usually give you options and different opportunities to look at variable things that may interest you. So that's what it's all about, is building your practice. So as we close the orientation video, always reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. I look forward to sharing this course with you.